So for this practice, it will be helpful if you have a yoga strap, which you could substitute for a towel, and 2 small rolled blankets. When you have everything you need, you can start lying down on your back, on your mat with your legs bent. Connecting with your breath. Gently deepening the breath as is comfortable. From here, with your legs bent, you can bring the right knee in closer to your chest. You can take your hands around the shin. And we're going to take some big circles first with our hip. So holding onto your knee, you can move your knee around in a big circle. Maybe breathing in as it goes halfway around the circle, and then breathing out as it goes around the other half. Just really slow, fluid movement. You can make really big circles. And maybe go the other way at least once. Keeping that right leg pulled in, you can draw it in even closer towards your underarm. And if you want a deeper stretch, you could allow the left leg to extend straight. And then releasing, right foot down, left knee comes in close. You can hold on to it. And again, start making those slow, mindful circles with your left hip. Taking at least one circle going the opposite direction. And then keeping that leg in close, you could draw the left knee even closer towards the left underarm. If you want, you can extend the right leg out straight. And then go ahead and bend that right leg in too. You can bring both knees up towards your chest and rock a little bit. And carefully help yourself up into seated. And then from seated, you can inhale, lift the right arm up, straight up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you can give yourself a pat on the back with that right hand. You can take the left hand up to hold on to the elbow. And we can move into a side stretch here, exhaling and leaning over to the left, inhaling back to the center, or even over to the right a little bit. Exhaling, side bending now over to the left. You can release the left hand down to the floor, and you could keep the right hand behind the back of the head or the shoulders. Inhaling back up into the center, coming back up to the center, taking the right hand to the left side of the head, breathing out and tipping the head over to the right. Gently adding to the stretch with your hand. If it's too much to have your hand on your head, you could always support the weight of your head with your hand. One more long breath in. With the right hand on the right side of the head, you can push the head into the hand, get some neck strengthening as you come up. And then other side. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, pat yourself on the back with the hand. Take hold of that left elbow And then you can start to move into this side bend. So just taking an inhale in the middle, exhale, side bend to the right. And you can go back and forth. Inhale to the center or to the left somewhat. Exhale, side bend to the right. Pausing now, side bending to the right. Take the right hand down. You can keep the left hand behind the head. Keeping the heart open. Breathe in and rise up. Take that left hand to the side of your head. Exhale, gently tip the head to the left. Again, if it's too much to add the hand, just use it to support your head instead, placing it underneath your temple. We can all take the hand to the side of the temple, push the head up into the hand, and vice versa, back to the center. Release both hands down. Inhale, lift the chin up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, gently tuck the chin down towards the chest. Releasing the gaze forward, let's come into all fours now. Moving into cat and cow. When you are set up, exhaling to round, softly inhaling to extend. Moving back and forth several times. One more inhale. You can walk your hands forward like a big handprint. Lift the knees up, let them hover for a moment in tabletop. And then bring that with you into downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the legs if you would like. Softening the knees, really pressing through your arms. Can softly start to walk your feet up in many little steps towards the top of your mat or towards your hands into your standing forward fold. You can shake the head yes and no, just releasing the neck. Hands on your shins or the floor. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Make sure it's comfortable. Inhale again, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And again, inhaling, extending. Exhale, fold. Inhale, softly extend. And exhale, we're going to step the left foot back into a lunge. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, expanding open through the chest. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman, half split. Inhale, forward, low lunge. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, forward again. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, both hands to the inside of the right foot. Step the right knee back beside the left. Inhale, shift forward and back a few times to stretch your wrists. And then from table, let your knees hover for a moment. Feel your lower abdomen engage. Inhale, set the knees down, arch your spine. Exhale again, let the knees hover, toes are tucked under. Inhale, set the knees down, extend your spine. Exhale again, knees float. Bring that with you into downward facing dog, extending through your legs. Taking a deep breath in, exhale, walking forward towards the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, the right leg steps back, lowering to the knee. Inhale, opening through the heart. Exhale, Ardha Hanuman. Inhaling forward, low lunge. We're going back and forth. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, extend. Inhale, forward. Exhale, both hands to the inside of the left foot. Step the left knee back beside the right. Let's take another wrist stretch, turning the back of the hand over on the floor, opening and closing the fingers, switching hands. Shifting forward for your half push-up. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Forehead on the floor, toes are untucked. Inhale, rise up into cobra. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, lower down. And again, slowly, softly pressing up. Exhale, lowering down. Tucking the toes under, behind if possible. Grounding the palms. Exhale, press yourself up, tabletop, and then lift the knees, float back into downward facing dog from there. Taking a deep breath in before exhaling and stepping forward towards the top of your mat into your standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the hips, exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up into standing. Arms by the sides, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, hands to the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, left foot steps back into a lunge. Inhale, open the heart. Drop the back knee down. Exhale. Inhale, hands to that right thigh. Press the chest up to a higher lunge. Exhale, sink into your hips. Inhale, rise up. Make sure the hips are working there. Lifting up through the arms here in low lunge. Exhale, sweep them down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Open the heart. Exhale, sweep them down. Inhale, open through the arms. Exhale, circle the arms down, hands to the floor. Step the right knee back beside the left. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, half chaturanga, maybe hover. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back into downward facing dog, maybe via the knees. Taking an inhale. Exhale, stepping up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up into standing, arms overhead. Exhale, mountain pose, arms by the side. Inhale, sweeping the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg steps back, lunge, opening the heart, breathing in. Exhale, lower the knee down. Inhale, hands to the front thigh, lifting the chest. Exhale, sink, noticing that you can sink in your hips, but then rising up in your pelvis. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, sweep them down behind. Inhale, arms rising. Exhale, sweeping down. And again, inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, circling the arms down, hands ground, left knee beside the right behind you. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, half chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, lower high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slowly turning the head left and right in downward dog, releasing your neck. more time. Inhaling into the center, exhaling, stepping up towards the top. Inhaling halfway, exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, rising all the way up to the top. Hands overhead, exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back into a lunge, grounding through the back leg. Hands on the hips, inhale, rise up, lunge. Exhale, arms drop by the side. Inhale, sweep the arms up, high lunge. Exhale, the arms sweep down. And again, inhale, reaching up. Maybe bending the back knee a little bit. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, fold forward. Interlace the hands. Inhale, opening through the chest. Pressing strong through the back leg. Exhale, release the hands down. Right foot steps back beside the left, plank. Situating yourself. Inhale, shift forward and back a few times. Shifting forward for half or full chaturanga. Inhaling, you can stay with cobras or you can move into up dog. Exhale, downward dog. To make it a softer transition, you can pause briefly through child's pose there. Take a deep breath in there. Exhale, step up towards the top, or you can float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rising high all the way into standing. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg steps back. Inhale, sweeping up into high lunge, situating yourself. Exhale, sweep just the arms down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sweeping low. Inhale, reaching overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms behind, interlace the hands if possible. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, release the hands down, stepping the left foot back beside the right, plank. Shifting forward and back a few times before shifting forward and making your decision if you'd like to lower down, half or full. Inhaling cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, roll forward plank. Exhale, downward dog. And again, inhale, roll forward. Exhale, back. Inhale forward, fluid movement. Exhale, back. Back and forth, inhaling plank. Exhaling down dog with your breath. Inhaling forward, dropping to the knees. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor, all the way to the belly. Stack the hands under the forehead. You can rise up into a Sphinx pose there. On your forearms are clasping. Roll your hips slightly to the left and then pull that right knee up beside you into a half frog position. Your knee might be up higher or lower than mine. It doesn't really matter. Just feeling that inner groin and adductor stretch in the right side. You can keep your arms on the ground, or as I'm doing, I'm just using my fists as a support for my head. And then let's release. Shift slightly to the left with your hips, straighten the right leg, and then let's go to the other side. Shift your hips slightly to the right, slide that left knee up so the big toe side of your foot is on the floor and the leg is bent on that left side. And then release, extending that left leg behind you, lowering all the way down to the floor. We're going to do our inner shoulder stretch. So the right arm is straight behind you in a straight line with your shoulder. Left hand comes close to your shoulder on the left side. Slowly, carefully start to press into your left hand, rolling away from the left side of your upper body. And maybe your hips come up too. Just depends on what your shoulder says, that right shoulder. Let's take a few breaths. Exhaling back to the center. Resetting for the other side. Left arm extends behind you, right palm is close. Carefully, slowly start to roll into your left shoulder where it's okay for it to be. Pausing and breathing here. And one more long breath in. Exhale, rolling out of the left shoulder onto the front of the body again, finding Sphinx. We're going to take a different kind of shoulder stretch here. In Sphinx, you can cross the palms towards each other, so they're actually facing left and right. One in front of the other, of course, the forearms. Then you walk the hands towards the corners of the mat, and your arms are going to create like an X shape, like I'm showing here. And you rest your head wherever you have space. This is a stretch for the outer shoulders instead of the inner shoulders, like we just did. To release, you're going to scoot your elbows back in a little bit at a time, and then you're going to switch. Whichever forearm was behind, it's now in front. And then you start to walk your hands away from each other. To make it a deeper stretch, you can do what I'm doing there. Take the hands more in a straight line. For a gentler stretch, walk the hands further up, away from your face. Relaxing your head down. Releasing the weight of your head, scooting the arms back in, and taking your hands forward like they would be for Sphinx. From Sphinx, you can lower down, scoot your hands under your shoulders, and inhale into a back bend, cobra or up dog. Pausing for a moment more in your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Rising up high on the toes in down dog, really pushing through your arms. Inhaling, looking forward. Exhaling, you can walk or float the feet up to the top of your mat. Inhaling halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. You can take your hands behind the back of your head in your forward fold, releasing your head, shaking it in a yes fashion. Releasing your hands to the floor, we're going to take a twist. The right hand is in between the feet and ahead of the feet. The right leg bends a lot more than the left. Left hand to your left hip. Inhale and twist open with your heart towards the left. You might reach up towards the ceiling with that left hand, with that left arm. You could also try binding that left arm behind the back. So you turn the palm around, bending at the elbow, and letting the hand be wherever it's going to be, on your back or on your thigh. You could also increase the flexibility by bending that right arm, coming lower. And maybe you could reach that right arm under that right leg, bending it, for the possibility of a full bind around that right leg. Releasing the arms, lowering everything down, switching sides. Left hand in the middle. Left leg bends a lot. Right hand on the hip, open, twist to the right. Staying there or reaching up with the right arm. You could practice the half bind, fully rotating through the shoulder, palm faces away, bending at the arm, half bind. If you want to practice the full bind, then you got to bend that lower arm so your chest is lower, reaching through that left leg, bending that arm, and maybe the hands can search for each other. Carefully releasing one hand at a time, untwisting back down into the center forward fold. Hands on the hips, inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, mountain pose, arms by the side. Hands on the hips, you can come lightly to the toes of the right foot, balancing more weight on the left leg. And let's lift that right knee up, the right leg up towards your chest, and then slowly lower it back down. Same thing on the other side, just like a slow motion march, really high march. Taking that left knee up towards your upper body, hands on the hips, noticing what the hips are doing, lowering the left leg down. Again on the right. Slowly lift that right leg up as high as you can, holding it there, and maybe play with the idea of extending your leg. It's harder to do, so you could always do a bend and extend type of exploration, or you could extend that leg out straight for a moment. Slowly release it down now. Other side, ground through the right leg, lift the left knee, and perhaps start to play with this bend and extend idea, or straightening that left leg out in front of you. And then slowly release it down back into mountain pose. Walk your hands closer together behind you or make fists on your lower back, grounding through your lower spine. Inhale, arching back up through your heart. Exhale, fold forward. You can slide your hands all the way down to your shins, to the backs of your ankles. Then to the front of your ankles, inhale halfway. Exhale, left foot steps back, grounding it for warrior two. Inhale, walk or windmill yourself open into warrior two. Once there, you can pull your elbows in close towards your body and then inhale, expand them open. Exhale, pull your elbows in and down towards your waist. Inhale, expand. Exhale, pull them in. Inhale, long straight line through the arms. Exhale, hand on the hip back there. Inhale, side warrior, or you could straighten the front leg as you take side warrior. Exhale, side angle, lean forward, right forearm on the thigh. You could practice opening and closing through the chest like we did at the very beginning of class here, to feel how when you're in side angle and you really open up through your chest, you're rotating the chest up. Reaching the left arm up or overhead. You could practice the same thing there, exhaling to close through your heart, inhaling to rotate and open through your heart. Taking that top hand back to your hip. Inhale, true side warrior, front leg is bent. Exhale, straighten the front leg, shortening and changing your stance for triangle. Reaching forward with the right arm, exhaling and lowering into your triangle pose. You can reach down towards the floor with the left arm in triangle, and then inhale and pull your arm up like you're actually pulling up a bow and arrow. And again, exhale, reach to the floor, inhale, pull up. So you get more shoulder blade movement and spinal rotation here. And then you can inhale and reach up with the left arm, exhale, hand on the hip, look down, bend the front knee, free the back foot. You end up in a low lunge. You can lower the left knee down. Take both hands to the inside of the right foot, and let's let that right knee open and close a little bit. Inhale, let the right knee open away from the shoulder. Bottom of the foot comes off the floor there, and then exhale, bring it back in towards your shoulder. Pull the foot back in towards the midline, and then move back into half split, Ardha Hanuman. You can stay completely still there, or you can add some dynamic movement by adding cat and cow in your upper back. Taking another twist here if you'd like. Grounding the left hand on the floor under the shoulder, right hand to the hip in half split. Inhale, rotating open towards the right. Exhaling to release, both hands down, shifting forward into low lunge, helping the right knee back beside the left, tabletop. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, half chaturanga push-up. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back. Warrior 2 base. Inhale, rising up, settling into that base of Warrior 2. When you're there, you're going to exhale, pull your elbows in and down. Inhale, expanding open. You can also pulsate in the front leg as you do this too. Right hand on the back hip. Inhale, reaching up with the left arm. Exhale, leaning forward, side angle. Left arm on the left leg. You can stay there and play with this open close idea in side angle. Right hand on your hip. Turning towards the floor, breathing out. Inhale, opening. You can do the same thing in side angle with the arm overhead. Reaching up with the right arm. Exhaling, turning down. Inhaling, rotating up. Exhale, right hand on the hip. Inhale, true side warrior, reaching way back with the left arm. Exhale, triangle pose, making your adjustments. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, lower down. You can stay in static triangle, not moving. Or if you want to add this shoulder blade movement and this twist, you can exhale, reach down and forward. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, pull. Feel with your mind how your shoulder blade is changing position there. Inhale, you can reach all the way up and expand. Exhale, hand on the hip, look down, come into a lunge, lifting up that back heel, lowering the right knee down, hands to the inside of the left foot. And you can move into this dragon lizard pose by opening the left knee away from your shoulder. And you can do that several times, pulling it in and letting it open. Next time the left knee pulls in, move into Ardha Hanuman, half split. Staying completely still or moving through your spine. If you'd like, you can take the twist in Ardha Hanuman. Right hand stays down under the shoulder, left hand to the hip. Inhale, rotate open to the left. One more breath in. Exhale, both hands come down, lunge forward. Step the left knee back beside the right. Shifting back towards child pose for a moment to stretch. And then your choice if you'd like to take a vinyasa. And I'm doing knee down vinyasas to be easier, but of course you can come into plank. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhaling and then walking the hands back towards the feet. Into your standing forward fold, hands to the hips. Inhale, rise up into chair. Reach your arms high at the back of your mat. Exhale, sweep the arms down and behind. Inhale, sweep the arms up, stay in chair. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Inhale, sweep them forward and up. Now exhale, forward fold. Hands come down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, walk your hands forward back into downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg can rise up, three-legged downward dog. Exhale, pull that right knee in and forward, step the right foot through, ground the back foot for warrior 2. Inhale, rising up, straight into side warrior, right arm reaches way back. Exhale, coming forward into side angle. You can do the same version we did before, or you can bring that right hand down lower to the floor or to a block. If you'd like to practice your binding, you can take that left arm up, rotate it back, bending at the elbow to bind around you. And you could also do that with the bottom arm. You could reach it underneath the knee, bending at the elbow, and the hands search for each other. Of course, you could also use a strap here too, but we'll have other opportunities to bind. Helping yourself carefully upwards, straightening both legs and turning towards the side, so both feet are facing the side of your mat. Inhaling, back bending, opening the chest. Exhale, we're going to fold forward, wide-legged, standing forward fold. Keep pressing into the feet, sending that energy up into your hips, relaxing through your spine. If you need to free up your hamstrings, you can always bend the knees a little bit and then extend again. To come up, hands on the hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. Turning the right foot forward to the front of the mat again, bending into the right knee, lowering the hands down and the back knee down into lunge. Again, bring both hands to the inside of the left leg. See if you can reach your right arm under your right leg, actually. And then turn your palm up towards the ceiling, bend your arm. Here's another place to practice a half bind. And then release that exploration. Right hand comes back through. Inhaling into Ardha Hanuman. You can take some ankle rolls there. Perhaps shifting forward closer towards full splits. That might mean just a little bit more, just a few more inches. That might mean a lot more. It just depends. Keep your hands grounded on the floor or perhaps on your blocks here as you explore. One more long breath in. Exhale if you went forward, pull that right foot back. Come into a brief lunge, step the right knee back beside the left table. You can do some wrist releases there, backs of the hands on the mat, one at a time. Rising up into plank, inhale, shift forward, exhale, taking a full chaturanga opportunity. Inhale, back bending. Exhale, downward facing dog. In downward dog, breathe in, let the left leg rise up. Exhale, stepping the left foot forward, ground the back foot for warrior two. Inhale, walk or windmill yourself straight up into side warrior, reaching back with the left arm. Exhale, carefully come forward into side angle, whichever version you would like to practice. If you're up higher, you could practice the half bind with the top arm. If you're closer to the floor, you might also practice the bottom arm wrapping underneath and back for a full bind. Looking down, carefully releasing your hands, pressing yourself back up, straightening your legs and turning both feet to the edge of the mat. This time coming into a goddess squat. Inhale in the center there, and then as you exhale, you can drop your right shoulder to the center, look to the left. Inhale back up. Exhale, left shoulder drops to the center, look right. Inhale to the center and repeat. Rotating in the spine, dropping the shoulders one at a time. Inhale back up to the center, straighten your legs. You can back bend. Exhale, fold forward with straight legs, back into Prasarita Padottanasana. Taking any variations in the pose that you would like. To release, halfway lift here. Maybe with slightly bent knees, hands on the hips, rising all the way back up. Turning the left foot forward, bending the front knee, bringing the hands down and the back knee down. Both hands to the inside of the left leg for lizard. If you want, you can reach that left arm underneath and practice perhaps half binding, binding that left arm around the body underneath the left leg. And then releasing that, shifting back into Ardha Hanuman half split. or if you prefer, you can move closer towards full split. If you came into full split, dragging that left foot back, exhale, lunge forward, stepping the left knee back beside the right. Shifting back into plank, if you'd like to take your vinyasa, we'll end up together in downward facing dog. Go ahead and softly lower to your knees, finding child's pose, any version of child's pose. Reaching forward, rising up. Staying in table, we're going to move towards puppy pose. So walk your hands forward and widen them somewhat if you'd like. Let your heart drop down towards the floor. Or you could take a different version of puppy, grabbing your forearms, perhaps. Breathe in, come out of that a little bit, roll forward onto your forearms, and then exhale, lower all the way down onto the floor. You can take your left arm behind you with the right hand under your face and looking to the right. As you inhale, you're going to lift your head and your chest off the floor and then exhale, lower down. The left arm stays down on the ground and the legs stay down too. Inhale, lift the right arm with your head connected together. Exhale, lower down. One more time like that, breathing in, rising up. You're still looking at that right elbow. Exhale, lower down. Now we're going to add the opposite leg. As you breathe in, you're going to lift the head and the right arm and the left leg. Exhale, lower down. And again. Going very slowly. After that third time, you can release the right arm beside your body, reaching back. Left hand is under the head. You're looking over at your left elbow. Now just the upper body again. Breathe in. Lift your left arm with the head. Exhale, lower. We'll do it 3 times total here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keeping your head as comfortable as possible when you rise up. Completely relax on the floor, and now we're going to add the right leg. It will lift too. Breathing in, lifting, left arm, right leg together. Exhale, lower. 3 times total. When you completely release, just make a pillow out of your hands, bring your forehead down, and then slide the hands by either side of the shoulders. You can either press yourself back up, skipping a back bend, or you can inhale into cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, step or hop forward towards the front of your mat. Hands on the hips, inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale into mountain pose. So next we're going to be workshopping a posture called Bird of Paradise. And I will walk you through this, and you're welcome to just watch the stages and then pause it and do it again on your own. From mountain pose, you can exhale, fold forward into a wide forward fold. And then we move first into that twist idea. You can bend your right leg, right hand is down, twisting open to the left. And then I practice this bind. You can practice just binding your top arm and or with your bottom arm. So the bottom arm has to reach through the leg, rotate, and then bend back and search for the hand. And you can always bridge the distance with a strap or with a towel. Next step for Bird of Paradise is to shift the weight onto the unbound leg. So in this case, my left leg, and then with it bent, I really push into the floor with that left leg to stand up. This is a lot to ask just being up here, but if you can get up here and it's okay, you could also explore bending and extending that bound leg, the right leg. When you're ready to come down, bend that bound leg, bend the standing leg slowly, look where you're going. You're going to come back down into this bound twisted position. And then you release the hands or your strap, come back to the center, forward fold, and you can soften your knees there. So when you're ready, if you'd like to, I'll just walk you through it again. You would come into a wide standing forward fold. One leg that's going to be bound bends to make it easier to bind around. You can reach up with the top arm. You're going to be twisting there. Maybe doing a half bind with the top arm, and then working on that bind with the bottom arm. Again, if it's easier for your proportions to use a strap, please do. This might be where you are for a while. This is a lot to ask for the shoulders and the hips. If you'd like, you can shift the weight to the standing leg, bending it, pulling in your core a lot as you push down to stand up. So this is basically what we were doing on the floor earlier. We did a lot of lizards, lizard pose, and we attempted to bind around the leg. So now we're standing it up. If it's not too much to ask, you might also explore straightening the leg just for a moment. And you have to stay mindful when you come down. Bend the standing leg, go slow, and come down with that rotation there. Don't try to come down square. Then release your arms and the twist. Folding forward, or you can do a shoulder stretch, clasped overhead, maybe using the strap there. And then taking your time to explore the stages that you're comfortable with on the other side. If you'd like to stop the video and workshop a different hip opening pose or similar pose, then feel free to do that. It can also be a nice release if you use your strap or your towel around your occipital bone, the base of your head, and just gently pull down to really release your upper traps there, which connect there. When you're done exploring whatever pose you did, we're going to come down. You're going to need your 2 rolled blankets, and we're going to take Mountain Brook pose. The first rolled blanket you're going to put under your knees, and then the second rolled blanket will be thinner. It will be a thinner log, and that's going to go underneath your heart and your shoulders. So you're going to lie back, getting everything situated. It might take a little bit. Your head can be on the floor, And then when you extend your arms out, the blanket should be like coming out of the underarm area, and the middle of it is pressing into the back of your heart. If this is not comfortable for whatever reason, you could always remove one of the blankets and just lie flat, or put both blankets under the knees. Notice your breath. Relax your face. Helping your head up off of the floor, sitting yourself up off of your blankets, removing them from underneath you, but keep one of them, or you can also use a yoga block for this next thing. If you don't have that, then just fold up a blanket really thick, almost like a square. You can help yourself all the way down, rolling down. If you want more core work, you can always do that slower. When you're on your back with your legs bent, reach your arms straight up towards the ceiling, so the hands are hovering over the shoulders. Reach up towards the ceiling so the shoulder blades rise up, and then exhale and pull the shoulder blades down into the floor. Repeating that, inhale, reach up, shoulder blades rise up, back of the heart is on the floor, and then exhale, pull the shoulders down. Notice how your back arches more, and then relax. Take the arms open by either side of you. You can bend your legs. We're going to do a pelvic reset here. Right hand behind the right knee, left hand in front of the left knee, push and pull. And then switch. Left hand behind the left knee, right hand on the right knee, push and pull with your arms, but don't let the legs move. And then take that block or that thick towel and put it between your thighs, between your knees. Exhale and press with your knees into that prop really hard for a few moments and then release. We're going to do that one more time. Right hand around the right knee, left hand in front of the left, push and pull. Switch. Breathing out, push and pull. This helps to reset the muscle engagement around your pelvis, which is, I think, really important after doing a strong asymmetrical pose like we just did. Block or blanket between the thighs. Squeeze hard as you breathe out. And then keep squeezing this time and lower the soles of your feet down to the floor. Try not to let your back arch too much there. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reset the knees, 90 degrees. Squeeze the block or the blanket. Exhale, lower the soles of the feet down slowly. And then release the block or the blanket. Coming back down onto the back, legs bent. Softly roll your head back and forth. Then bringing your knees up into your chest, simply in stillness, or you can draw some circles with both knees to release around your lower back. As an inversion option for this class, or as a way to move into your final relaxation, you could play with legs up the wall here. If you have a wall handy, you could scoot up close next to it. Take the legs up one at a time, situating your chest comfortably and then extending the legs up. You're welcome to stay in legs up the wall for final relaxation. If you would just like to be in legs up the wall for a few breaths, then you might take about 5 to 7 breaths in legs up the wall. And when you're ready to come out of it, if you would like to, then you can bend your legs, roll to one side, situate yourself on your mat in that case, and decide where you would like to be for your final relaxation position. Once you're there, you might take a breath or two, which is a little bit longer, to really settle yourself into this time. And allowing your breath to be natural, enjoying a few minutes simply for relaxation and restoration. can bring your attention back to your breath. You might take a slightly deeper breath again. Taking any movements in your hands and feet that you would like now. And then any bigger movements or stretches you'd like to do. If you're in legs up the wall, carefully helping yourself out. And gradually coming up into a comfortable seated position. Taking a moment to be in this deep state of meditation. Of course, you're welcome to stay here longer and to meditate longer. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me for this hip opening practice.